Powers and principalities. Most of the people of the world, the masses of all countries, are kind and caring people and could be sharing people. But there are powers and principalities in place currently in almost all countries that have created a police force and a military and organizations of power to enforce the code upon their own people. They also do this in countries outside of their own. Some of the world powers are slight and hidden, but control through great money, the principle of moneyism, that you don't even know their names. These individuals and families own banks, manipulate the value of money through moneyism, own vast corporations that are a principality unto themselves. They create wars and own the military-industrial corporations that they personally profit from at the expense of harmony, peace, and safety of the common people, and they inflict human suffering. They burn your blood to make their tea. A number of these powers directly communicate with the demons of the spirit to work the spiritual reality for their earthly, temporal self-benefit. This is not going to continue. The demonic spirits surrounding this world are being swept clean now, and people of this world need to demand their own peace and place from their position, and thus the good and the godly will meet in the middle. It is one of the ultimate goals of a personal life to give up all power over others and take full power over one's own life. As relates to this spiritual and earthly goal, one can see how opposite it is for the powers and principalities of this current world. It is, and they are, the very reasons for the current calamity of a progressive, peaceful, cooperative earthly life now. Powers of countries create militaries and police states to control the people and thus to continue their demanding will. People join militaries and police for their selfish sake of survival. A few join because of their ideology of what they think is good, and it first oversteps their own ability of caring, feeling, for even one single living sentient person. Powers create organizations, such as CIA and FBI of the United States. And you can fill in the blank for the equivalent in other countries and do the same enforcement and often killing. Some of these people who go along with it believe they are doing a noble thing, and as far as they think they are doing a noble thing, they are. But the need to know the reality of their actions, it is important. It is not the country, the flag, the religion, any non-living ideology that is reality. It is always the people that must come first, even one. A justice of peace could be one of the highest positions of service in culture, for it requires such discernment. But instead, these types of positions have become the abusers of humankind quite often. Know your place. People seek and take positions in military and police as a means to survive, own a home, have food and drink, and they plan to expand their qualities of survival in life by doing these jobs. Many of these people will ascribe an honor to their doing these jobs. When one acts to save others, it is a noble act of potential sacrifice, and therefore it is a true honor. But who are you serving the people? I hope so. For if one turns a gun onto a group of protesters and harms just one, they are not serving humankind, but themselves or the powers that control them. This is always the ultimate self-question. Does it serve the true people? If not, step down Know your place. Walk over to the people. Most of the leaders or rulers of all the countries have been murderers and killers. You do not have to go too far back in time to find this is true, if not true today. There is a place not in this world, and not in any heaven for them, called outer darkness. Here they decline into self-destruction and oblivion for many. Many people have a hard time realizing this, as most people are kind and would be caring, and so they find it difficult to imagine that there exist people in this world who are not like themselves. All kings and queens and equivalents and dictators of this world need to step down and renounce their titles and powers and entitlements. There is only one all-powerful, all-creative, all-caring God. To serve God is to serve the people, not oneself, not any non-living ideology that exists in man's creation, but to serve God's creation.